Hi there, my name's Sabri and I'm an illustrator, and today we're going to be talking about the impact of Steven Universe on my own art style. But first, let's talk about what I'm drawing. Today I'm drawing a Steven Universe fan art to go along with this video. I actually had the idea for this video topic after starting the fan art. I just kind of wanted to draw a Steven Universe fan art. And now here we are talking about the in-depth reasons why Steven Universe has interwoven itself into my art style. But yeah, for this piece, I just wanted to draw all the main 4 crystal gems, Garnet, Amethyst, Pearl, and Steven as it goes. But I just wanted them with all their all of their weapons out, just action pose. Just wanted to make a quick fan art just because I haven't made a Steven Universe fan art in so long. It's been quite a minute. I don't think I was I think it was in high school when I made my last Steven Universe fan art. It's a long time ago. It's been 7 years since I've graduated high school, so it's been a minute. But like I said, today I wanted to talk about the major impacts of Steven Universe on my art style. I mentioned in my previous video my personal history with art. Go check it out if you want to see that. How I went from drawing in this very anime inspired style because I was really into anime in middle school up until in high school, and how I did a major shift, even career wise, a major shift of wanting to draw an anime and draw in that style for the rest of my career, doing a hard 180 and then wanting to, up and still today, going to the animation industry specifically as a concept artist, character designer, and visual development. And Steven Universe itself had a really big impact on that shift as a whole. After fully engrossing myself in the show, as I have the tendency to do, if I find a show or a piece of media I like, I will beat that dead horse into the ground and watch it and consume it over and over for probably a good month until I get sick of it. But after getting into that show for the first time and being an artist, I've been an artist my whole life, I would obviously want to draw in that art style. Because when you're young, you're learning, you still want to figure out how people do the things that they do in the way that they do it. So what I would do is I would go on Pinterest and Instagram and things, and I would actually go to the posts that Rebecca Sugar had made, or any of the other members of the show, Ian Cordy, any of them. And I would go and find, because they would post character reference sheets. I've seen them on the internet, and I will link some down below if I can find any. But they would be character reference sheets, and it would be specifically the simplification and the limb sheets that I would find. And I also have since found them in the art books that I have bought. I've bought a couple of the Art of Steven Universe and the Art of the Steven Universe the Movie books. And they have a lot of great concept art and a lot of great character modeling in there if you ever want to really dive deep into the way that Steven Universe does its characters. But yeah, after finding those sheets specifically, and after seeing specifically the limb sheets, it just completely impacted and completely 180'd the way I did anatomy, human anatomy as a whole. Because prior to finding these sheets and prior to getting really into Steven Universe and his art style, I was a victim, I'll say it, a victim of the ball and socket method for anatomy. And if you've ever seen that, I'll try to post some pictures up on screen right now. But it's where all of the joints of the body are ball and socket, which is fine when you're learning, but if you really want to get your anatomy down and try to get some of that three-dimensionality and muscular structure on a really simple level, it's actually better to draw triangles for limbs instead of cylinders and things like that. Learning to simplify basic shapes in a less stiff way was really beneficial, because I found that when I was doing the ball and socket method, a lot of my stuff, especially now looking back, turned out really, the poses would turn out really, really stiff. And the actual proportions of the body would turn out really thin, oddly skeletally thin in proportion to the head. And you'll see that actually with a lot of newer artists trying to figure that out, is they'll start from the head and then work their way down the body. But if you don't get the whole body proportioned out, you'll result in like wonky proportions for what you're trying to do. And specifically for me, when you're just dealing with ball and stick, it's really easy to not put enough flesh, on muscle, on the bone that the stick is representing. So when I found these limb sheets specifically, it fully thrust me into a new way of simplifying form, which really I think helped skyrocket my art into a new level, specifically human anatomy. Additionally, and this is not the only show to do this, plenty of other animated shows do this method. It's a very tried and true method of creating a character. But when I found out the way that they use shape to create the characters of Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl, and use shape specifically to reference their personality types, I was mind blown by that. I was some dinky high schooler, mind blown, never heard of that before, and I thought that was the coolest idea. If you don't know, Garnet's shapes, because she's such a stable and calm and like a rock, she's based on a square because the square is the most sturdy and stable shape. Amethyst is very round, very easygoing, very approachable because of that. Pearl is based on cylinders and triangles, and she's very high strength. Triangles are typically used for villains. Pearl is obviously not a villain, but triangles can also be used to represent things like a sharpness and attitude and a severity in general, and Pearl being this very high-strung, I guess I'll say, character. It's a really good shape for her. So learning how they use shape has really further influenced the way that I create characters and really let me push myself out of some comfort zones, because I had been previously just drawing that ideal anime skinny cute girl body type. So I then branched out to drawing using shapes to simplify form and get some different body types. And then additionally, that idea of using shapes to influence the way you design a character to reference their personality is something that I'm trying to use a lot more in my work, specifically for a fun new project that I'm working on pretty soon. Keep an eye out for that, specifically on Instagram. I'll link my Instagram down below. Thanks so much. Keep an eye. But moving on, another way that Steven Universe had influenced my art was in the way that I thought about style and the way that I thought about the kind of stories that I could tell using specific styles. And again, it goes back to me being obsessed with anime. I had been fully under the influence that the only stories that I could tell using anime tropes and storytelling devices was anime. That, point blank, it done. That's all you can do. Until Steven Universe came around and was so dripping with anime influence that I fully, to this day, and I'm sure some people, there's plenty of people out there that do, still to this day, consider it a magical girl anime, because it's right there. It's right there. All of the tropes are right there. It's just right there. It's so obvious. But then you look at it, right, and it doesn't look anything like Tokyo Mew Mew, it doesn't look anything like Princess Tutu, it doesn't look like anything like Sailor Moon, it doesn't look like that. But it tells that story, it uses those tropes, it tells a very similar story. The character design are designed in a very similar way to magical girl anime. And that's the whole point, is that the style doesn't dictate the story, and that's something I had to learn through this. And there's plenty of other pieces of media that do this. There's plenty of other things like Happy Tree Friends is a great example. Jojo Rabbit does that if you want a live movie example. Invincible is a really good one that does it. It's the style, you think it's going to be one thing and it's something completely different. The tone is completely different. Maybe you know what I mean? It's not what you'd expect. Like I said, Steven Universe was just the first one to catch my eye, and it was the first to make me second guess all the reasons that I had been really wanting to do an anime style. It's truly just because I wanted to tell anime inspired stories, and there's plenty of anime influence in my style today and in like the kind of characters I create. It's like, it's all in there. You could see it. Like, again, if you want to like check my Instagram out and like verify that for yourself, you can, but it's like all there. It's Steven Universe like so heavily influenced my style in that way, and it's such like like I can like look back and recognize that, and I just wanted to get on here and talk about it. That's it. I just wanted to like, because I had the major realization of like how influential this show was in like me creating the art that I make today and the way that I go about doing it, that I just like thought I'd acknowledge it. And there's like plenty of other styles that influenced me, like plenty of others. Like I have a couple off the top of my head, but if you want like a video about like anything, I can like if you want a video about me going through like a couple of the other styles that I can see in my own art and that are like really blatantly obvious to me anyway, anime obviously being one of them, but things like Disney and like very specific artists, like, just, you know, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be happy to do it. It's another great topic. I love talking about this stuff. But yeah, I think that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe. If you like what you heard, like and subscribe. But yeah, if there is any more video to play, I'll let the cool music play and you can hang out, chill out, vibe. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!